Hi, it's Robin here. Today I'm going to show you Combi Mode. So this is when you want to combine more than one design. So on the 4 series, the 5 series, the 7 series, they all work the same way. So for your normal sewing, this is what your machine looks like. To go into Combi Mode, you push this plus button. So just touch the plus button. I've left my stylus at work, sorry. And now you can see the screen has changed. So if I want to go and write a name, I then pick up the alphabet, choose my alphabet, and to make life easier, I'm going to extend the alphabet out. So I'm going to push this little arrow here, and it's extended my alphabet out. Now with these screens, you can scroll up and down, and you can do upper and lowercase, and you can add all sorts of bits and pieces as well. So I'm just going to write Bernina because that's what I know how to spell. So you've got upper and lowercase, scroll up and down. Now what if you do a mistake and you've put in an extra letter and you go, oh, I don't want that at the end. Can you see to the right of that letter there's a cursor? And it's little dots. What you can do is you can remove it and it's gone. Now how do you see the word you've made to make sure that you've spelt it right? You can push this arrow and you can come back to the beginning. Now what if you decide you want to put a picture before the word? You can come to your patterns, you can pick up a picture, and you can scroll up and down and go, no, nothing in there I like. Go back to here, you could look up in your book. I'm going to come to this one, I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to put a duck, as you would. So I've done a duck, and then I've got Bernina. Now that might not look very good because the duck's bottom is facing the bee. So I'm going to put another duck in at the end, and I'm going to then show you how to turn that duck so he's facing the word. So I'm going to scroll to the other end, and I'm going to put another duck in. Okay? So I'm happy with what I've done, but I think I would like to put a space after the A and before the B, in between the ducks. So I go back to my alphabet, and I go back to the one I'm using, and I push this button here, trying to do it so my fingers don't get in the road, and that's got numbers. I don't want that one, I want the one beside it. And see here, I'm going to put an underscore. So can you see where the duck is? If I put the underscore now, it's going to go to the right hand side of the duck. So I need to bring my cursor, oops, went too far. I need to bring my cursor in between my letter and my duck. There you go. Now I'm going to scroll back, and I'm going to put the cursor on the other side of the B, and I'm going to put my cursor there. I'm happy with that. Now I close this down, and I have got my letters here and everything, but I want to highlight it. So I go to I for information, and you'll see you've got mirror image, vertical, horizontal, you've got a rubbish bin, and then you've got 3 little dots in a row. You're going to touch that. That has highlighted my whole design, and then I can ask it to do it once. So here you've got your single pattern function. I'm going to push that once, and it's going to stitch my duck, my word, my duck, and I'm done. Now have I even got a bobbin case in here? No, I haven't. So let's get a bobbin in here. So we're going to put our bobbin in. We're going to slide this around here, come to here, push that and cut. And I am going to get some thread and put my thread on. Now remember, when you're threading these machines, you come in behind here, go all the way down, around, up, follow the arrows, down and behind here, and behind here. Yep. I can't see. Behind there. Lost my thread. There. Shut your door. Needle threader. As it's coming down, hook it under the bar. Push it down till it can't go any further, all the way down. Slide it straight across till it clicks in. You can hear it. Let your right hand go and your left hand go, and you've got that beautiful big loop. Okay, this is not the correct foot, but it will do. Pop your foot on. Now this foot does not have a hole to put the machine thread and needle, so I'm going to go up there and pull it down through the foot. Right, so now that I've selected it and it's going to do it once, I can simply put my foot down and I can push this green button because it's going to sew by itself. But remember, this is your speed dial, so slow it down and then just start sewing. It's going to do the duck. Did I push pattern begin? No, I did not. So what happens? It didn't go to the beginning of the pattern. So you need to stop and you need to push that button. So you can see it's got a little triangle and a picture. You touch it and now it goes to the beginning of the duck. Really important. It's a really important piece to show you. So when you start, make sure you've got pattern begin selected, and now I can put my foot down again and push my start stop button. A lot of people don't realise they've got the start stop function. You can sew your whole machine without the foot control, because I don't even have the foot control plugged in. And I can speed it up when I'm confident and slow it down if I think, oh, that's too fast. And this will completely finish your word. You can do anything. You can join patterns together. You can do names together. You can do anything. And then I've got my little duck. And this one doesn't have the scissors, but your one might. And you push the scissors. Now lift your foot up and bring it over. Now what have we got? We've got the duck facing that way and this duck facing this way. So we want to turn this duck around. So I go into I and I bring up my pattern. So here's my little ducky and I want him to flip over. So see where the duck is here? I'm going to take him out. Go back. Take him out there because I want to, I could have left him in and just mirror imaged him. I'm going to put the duck back in. Let's come back and find my duck. There he is. And see where the duck is highlighted? And see where my cursor is? I've put the duck on the wrong side. Okay? So I can change that. So I go in. It's very, very good, this program. So I'm going to take that duck out. Make sure my cursor comes to here, to the left of my line. Put my duck in. Okay? Now, my duck is the only one highlighted. So now I go to I, and look at this. I'm going to flip my duck upside down. Oh no, I don't want that. Take that one off. I'm going to turn him around. So now my duck is facing the word Bernina. Again, I'm going to highlight, and it's on 1. Now what else do I need to do? I need to remember it's on, need to make sure it's at the beginning of the pattern. I can see it is. If it isn't, I could push the screen and it would go to the beginning of the duck. So now watch what happens. It's very, very, very clever. So now I put my foot down and I push my button and it's starting at my duck. And this time my duck will be facing the word Bernina. Very, very clever. So you can write your name, your quilts on clothing, you can do your own name on a quilt. Lift it up and take it out. So now I'm happy. I've got my duck, I've got a space, I've got the word Bernina, and I've got a space. So you can play around with Combi Mode as long as you like. It's good fun. Now what if I love that and I want to save it? All I do is I go into the heart. See the heart down here? So I love my design, I want to save it, I go to the heart, and you've got 4 folders. The third folder is putting it in. This one here, I had to look at the little arrows. So it's showing a little arrow going in. So I want to touch that, and I want to save it. So it's highlighted, and I go save. Okay? Now if I don't want this on here, and you can see you've got it here. If I don't want it, I can trash it. And it says, are you sure? And I go, yes. Yes, put it in the rubbish. It's gone. All right? Now, if I want to take the design out, it's gone because I haven't saved it. So you can't take it out because it's disappeared. So I'm going to put it back in, and I'm going to save it again. Okay? Now, I want to show you something. Let's go back to straight sewing. Take off Combi Mode, go to straight sewing, go into the heart. My folder's not there, I can't take it out. I've got 1 folder, 2 folders, 3 folders, but I need my folder for Combi Mode. So I need to go Combi Mode. As soon as I go Combi Mode, you get 4 folders again. And to take it out, it is this folder, and here's my design. So it's very, 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 very clever. So if I want to have that design, there it is there, and it's ready to sew. But you cannot find Combi Mode if you're on your normal sewing mode. You must go to Combi Mode. So if I want to select this all now, and I want to delete it, I can delete it in here. That's deleted. But is it still in my folder? Let's have a look. Go to Heart. Take out your Combi Mode, which is this one here, and there's my design. So it's going to be saved in your Heart folder until you trash it in your Heart folder. So there's my design, and I can sew it again. So that's just a little insight into Combi Mode, but Combi Mode cannot be used unless you touch this button. So that's normal sewing, and if I put in a pattern on normal sewing, I will get a whole row of them. But if I go to Combi Mode, I can add to the designs. And this one here shows you how many things you've got in your design. I've got 11. So if you come to here, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's scroll. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's very clever. So it tells you how many things you've got in there, and you can make sure you've spelt them right before you sew. Now because I did that, it's gone to the end of my pattern, and I need to push Pattern Begin before I can sew it again. Okay? So I just wanted to touch on that so you get a little bit of a glimpse into Combi Mode. And it's a really good thing to play with and to learn, because you can have a lot of fun doing name tags. So that's on the 435, the 475, the 5 series, the 7 series. They all work exactly the same because the interface is the same. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and I will bring you some more different ideas to use on your machine so you really use these machines, because they're amazing. So I will see you again next time.